Here we are over here on the east side of the garage, and this is our electric meter. It looks like it has a little discoloration in the LED right there. This is our grounding rod. Grounding rods are 8 feet long. It's supposed to be buried 8 feet. It's not supposed to be buried 7 feet. Okay, so our grounding rod is extending too far up out of the ground. Coming on in, the garage east interior wall, one thing that we noticed with our breaker box is that it's hand labeled. It's not supposed to be hand labeled. It's supposed to be printed. See where it says homeowner instructions? That is printing. This is handwriting. Not supposed to be handwritten. Okay. Now, does that mean the breaker's not going to work? No, it doesn't mean the breaker isn't going to work. Okay. You're going to suffer from that? Probably not, unless you're looking for something, and then you got to read all this handwriting. And this is your neighbor over here. He's looking for the water valve. You can't come in. My insurance won't let you come in, dude. You got my card? Call the office.
I'm just talking to the people here.
I understand.
There you go.
And coming on in here.
The water meter right there at the street.
So.
If you need to turn off the water.
Yeah, I understand.
Turn it off.
Thank you. Okay, these are the AFCS for the bedrooms. And that's the only AFCs you have. When this house was built, AFCL was not required any place but the bedrooms. This was acceptable when the house was built. Okay, but today, all these would be AFCI. One Betty's still there. Grounding is allowed to be double lugged, but only 2 double lugs. And it's allowed to be double lugged so long as it's the same gauge wire. And these wires right here are small. This wire here is a larger gauge than this wire. However, when it gets a little farther away, it's kind of hard to tell. Kind of hard to tell, but I still go by that. Now, this is called bundling. Okay, L1 and L2 are supposed to come in. We have these big knockouts, L1 and L2. And so we have these knockouts because we don't know where these panels are going to be installed. And you see all these other little knockouts? You're only supposed to bring 2 cables in at a time. Oh, jeez.
They ask you where
Okay, so instead of bringing 2 wires in at a time, we can't even see in here. Jeez. Oh. You'll know who not to start a conversation with. I mean, I talk too much, that's true. But I say different things. Okay, so what happened, instead of bringing 2 cables in at a time, they brought all these cables in. It's called bundling. All right, so when they come right in, it's called bundling. It's called the skin effect. Now, there's houses like this. This is a very common deficiency, and I am not apologizing for it. It should not have been done like this. But that's the way they did it. It's very common. When it comes time to replace the service panel, then we're probably looking at the electrician's going to want you to do it right. All right, because every drunk got away with it back in the day, and now, you know, you won't get a building permit approved that way. Our cables should not be in direct contact with the cabinet cover. Okay, and then when the wires come in, like right over here, and I think this one is for the furnace. Okay, see that white wire right there? It's supposed to be wrapped with black tape. See that white wire right there? That white wire right there? That white wire right there? They're also wrapped with black tape. Now, if you don't know that's a hot, you don't belong in this cabinet. I get that, but it doesn't have that. Again, we do not have a whole house surge protector installed. We don't have AFC on most of our breakers. We do not have a lockout for our kitchen range. We do not have GFCI for our kitchen range. We do not have GFCI for our clothes dryer. We don't have a GFCI for our water heater. Our water heater has been turned off for a reason. So coming on down, and that's That's about it. So what do we got? Our grounding rod is not properly buried outside. Our cabinet is not properly labeled. We have bundling. Our wires are touching the edges of the cabinet. We do not have AFCI in all the appropriate locations. We do not have GFCI on our refrigerator. We don't have GFCI on our water heater. We don't have GFCI on our, in fact, we might not have, yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. See if the lights go out. They didn't go out. We do not have GFCI on our garage ceiling. And the bar has just got a little bit of tinge on it. And that's usually because of some kind of an event, high heat loads. So now coming on down here, I thought I was through. This is supposed to be wrapped 4 times with white tape, and it was. This is your main neutral coming in. Our neutrals and our grounds are bonded, but we should have non-conductive covers over L1 and L2. Sometimes they're neoprene plastic, sometimes they're cardboard. Cardboard's not conductive. So we do not have covers on that either.